Wednesday, the 23rd. Welcome to the Fight Report.
I'm the God of Thunder.
Round one fight!
What's up, guys? Adam Ronan, TJ Combo here.
What up, FGC? So for those of you who don't have a Twitter, we're gonna share some news with you right now. You guys ready to hear about it?
I am.
Street Fighter 5. So
Wait,
obviously,
what?
yeah, Street Fighter 5.
That's a thing?
That's the thing, and we're gonna talk about it.
What?
And you know what else we're
That's
gonna
only
talk
like 15 years too late.
We're gonna talk about Rashid of the Turbulent Wind.
Oh yeah, a couple characters.
New character announcement, which everybody's pretty excited on, except for those of you who might be a bit racist. Sorry to hear about that shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, get over it, you guys. But no, new character came out. He's pretty cool looking. Very Persian, Middle Eastern character. Again, Street Fighter is a game that is based on flying across the world and beating up people.
In different continents, different
Countries, different cultures. We respect their culture, and then we punch them in the face.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
So actually, the only thing about Rashid was he was revealed on September 11th,
Right.
which
Which
was
was
a tragedy day a long time ago.
Right.
And a lot of people were upset about it. They're like, oh my God, he came out with a
Middle Eastern
character on a day like that.
Was
and
a
then they
horrible day, obviously,
immediately
in American
equated it to
history.
terrorism. And it's like, and got all offended, like, oh my God, it's like,
Yeah.
stop it.
No.
You know, not all Middle Easterns are terrorists. First of all, I don't know if you knew that.
No.
And I mean,
There's a handful of terrorists in the world.
and there's also a
Yeah.
handful of American terrorists that are pieces of shit too. So,
Right.
so no.
We don't support terrorism, but we do support Rashid as a character because
And
he
it's
looks
not like-
super fucking
And he
cool.
doesn't. It's not like he has a special move that's like Jumbo Jet. And like,
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's just.
I mean, as
he's
far as I know.
throwing wind around.
That could be
he's
one
like
of his
just
V triggers.
He's a gassy character.
Yeah.
Yeah, just windy.
That could be one of his V triggers though.
He got the winds.
But he looks hardcore.
He does. He looks like he might be a serious problem because he looks like a very different style of character than what we've seen in the past.
What would you classify him as, like a Rushdown-ish character? Like Rushdown.
Getting to watch a little bit of gameplay from TGS, I stayed up pretty late and watched it, and he had some similarities to Shinnok. It looked like he had some really tough block strings, and then in addition to that, he's got like an upward projectile. So as you get in, he's...
Is it a Jumbo Jet?
No jumbo jets. Sorry. But they also had another big character announcement, which brings them to a total of 12 characters now.
Out of the 16 that will be the initial launch.
That will be on launch day.
Yep.
And this one is Karen, who's returning to us from Street Fighter Alpha.
And
From the Alpha series, right?
yeah, and I can tell you that I do not find any interest in her character design. So,
Right.
I actually, for the Street Fighter 5 reveals, I'm kind of a mind. It's like I identify more with the characters from the Street Fighter 2,
Right, yeah.
And so there's
AKA
been
the classic characters.
the classics.
Right? Yeah.
So I didn't really dive too much into the Alpha series. So there's a lot of tech characters, a lot of Alpha characters in
Right.
this series. So it's surprising to me that they're going with a lot of more unfamiliar characters for the series, at least so far, because now we're only 4 characters
Right.
away from the initial roster. So
Right, and I mean, you ask any single person who they want in there, and they're like, this person's like, I want Geef and I want Blanca, and another
Dhalsim,
person's
yeah.
like, yeah, and I want, well, no, we have to have, Dhalsim, and we have to have, Balrog, and the list goes on. So they have assured us that there's going to be some DLC in the future.
Well, that's the beautiful thing, is I think that this is kind of going almost not the same, but in a
Right.
Killer Instinct-y way, where they've got their initial 16 and then
Yeah,
they're going to release
exactly.
batches of characters, and
Right.
it's going to be more of a platform than...
And-
no, I don't think you're going to see a Street Fighter 6 for a very, very long time.
No,
'cause I think just
they're
gonna build
all in
upon
on
it.
this. I mean, we're going to see this game run for a good 5 years, easy as a strong cycle.
Yeah.
And all credit goes to Killer Instinct. We've mentioned it before. We're both huge fans of Killer Instinct, and I love how they're doing their seasons and keeping the game fresh over a period of time, as opposed to abandoning it every couple of years and then putting out another Injustice, Mortal Kombat, Justice, Mortal Kombat, Injustice,
And
Mortal Kombat.
the interesting thing is 2016 is going to be a very peculiar year for fighting
Especially
games.
early in the year.
So
Yeah.
March, we see the release of Street Fighter V
Yes.
and the Killer Instinct Season 3. And I don't think they'll compete too much because that's 2 very different crowds, and
Right.
both crowds are fans of each game. So I feel like they'll both
Right.
both crowds will play both games. But what's really fucking stupid is Mortal Kombat X, which released this year of April 2015, is releasing their second batch of DLC, the Kombat Pack 2,
Right.
starting around in March. So they are competing with
Direct competition with the
with
king
Street
of
Fighter
fighting
5
games right now.
and
then obviously
Killer Instinct Season 3, which
Killer
I
Instinct.
think more people are excited about, at least in my circle of
Right. And,
smallness.
But if they're doing another $30 on Combat Pack 2 for only 4 characters, just from a value standpoint, I don't know how anybody could make that purchase.
And plus, they're competing against a great online system with Killer Instinct, and they're going to go up against that. Which,
And I've already played Street Fighter Beta, which has better online in my experience so far, and it's just a beta.
you can't fuck with it.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't fuck with Street Fighter 5's online. You can't fuck with it.
That sizzle.
You can't fuck with it. You guys stoked about that shit?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments.
Get on the Twitters, get on the sticks, shoot us messages.
Yes, and we'll see you Friday.
What?
You can't fuck with it.
3, 2,
Well, it's audio.
1.
We'll audio test it real quick. Because you can't be sure.
It's worth checking, right?
Okay, that's good enough.